Simon Cowell's rise to fame is as much about the visible successes as the invisible struggles that shaped him. Born on October 7, 1959, in Lambeth, London, Simon's early life was far from the glamorous picture one might expect from a future mogul. Despite coming from an affluent background in Elstree, Hertfordshire, his home lacked warmth. His mother, Julie, was a poised and admired ballet dancer, but her emotional distance left Simon yearning for affection. His father, Eric, a stern music industry executive, focused solely on discipline and results, never offering the praise Simon desperately needed. In a house that seemed perfect from the outside, Simon felt unseen, unheard, and emotionally neglected, a childhood of emotional scarcity. Simon's early years were marked by a deep sense of isolation. His parents, despite their success and the outward trappings of a perfect life, never provided the emotional support Simon needed. His mother's love, though present, was reserved, and his father's praise was non-existent. Simon would later describe the lack of warmth as a painful absence that shaped his drive to succeed. At school, he was seen as a troublemaker, rebelling against a system that didn't cater to his needs. He struggled with traditional education, bored by the conformity that limited his creativity. These formative years, where he felt invisible both at home and at school, laid the foundation for his relentless ambition and hunger for validation. Struggles in the early career. In his late teens, Simon entered the workforce, but his journey was far from easy. He drifted through odd jobs, with little direction or hope for success. Despite his family's connections, he faced rejection at every turn, feeling like the invisible boy once again. At 22, after quitting his job in the mailroom at EMI Music Publishing, Simon found himself broke, humiliated, and searching for a way out. The world had shown him no mercy, and he feared his life had peaked too soon. But instead of succumbing to despair, Simon's painful experiences began to shape his character. The tears of failure and rejection hardened into resolve, marking the beginning of his transformation into the determined man we know today. Climbing the ladder of success. In the years that followed, Simon's determination to make something of himself began to pay off. He returned to EMI, this time with a sharper focus. The pain and rejection of his past experiences had sharpened his mind, and Simon started studying the music industry with a passion. He understood that success wasn't just about talent, it was about timing, image, and understanding the masses. By the early 1980s, he had clawed his way up to a junior A&R position. In 1983, Simon made a bold move, leaving EMI to start his own label, E&S Music, which was later rebranded as Fanfare Records. This was Simon's first taste of real success, giving him the recognition he had craved for so long. The rise and fall of Fanfare Records. Fanfare Records marked Simon Cowell's first real taste of power in the music industry. His label's success with pop hits like So Macho by Sinita allowed him to enjoy the lifestyle he had always dreamed of. The money flowed in, and Simon was finally visible. He was someone people remembered. But just as quickly as his success came, it faded. The novelty pop sound that had made Fanfare Records famous began to lose its appeal. And by the late 1980s, the label's fortunes took a turn for the worse. Simon watched helplessly as his empire crumbled around him. By 1989, Fanfare was defunct, and Simon was left with nothing but mounting debts and the sting of failure. The financial loss was devastating, but the emotional toll of losing everything was even worse, rebuilding from rock bottom. In the aftermath of his bankruptcy, Simon was forced to confront the harsh realities of life. He took meetings he didn't want to take, pitched ideas to people who had long written him off, and accepted small consulting gigs just to survive. The music industry had written him off, dismissing him as a failure before he could even begin again. But Simon, having learned from years of rejection, knew how to keep going. His hunger for success had been forged in the crucible of humiliation, and he was not about to let it consume him. Slowly, he started rebuilding his reputation, clawing his way back into the industry. And with that, the seeds for his future success began to grow. The comeback, reinventing success. By the early 1990s, Simon had transformed from a failed businessman to a man with a new sense of purpose. The bankruptcy had taught him a crucial lesson. Success was not about winning over critics or pleasing the elite. It was about understanding and catering to the masses. He focused on creating television content that connected with everyday people, rather than chasing approval from industry insiders. This philosophy would later define his career as a judge on shows like American Idol, The X Factor, and Got Talent. The boy who had once been invisible and rejected by the world was now in control of it, making decisions that would shape the future of millions. The transformation into a mogul. Simon Cowell's transformation from the boy who cried alone in bathrooms to the man who shaped the entertainment industry is a story of resilience and determination. The early pain of rejection, the sense of invisibility, and the emotional scars left by his family shaped him into a man who would stop at nothing to succeed. By the time Simon reached his 40s and 50s, he had become a household name, synonymous with both success and controversy. But while his fame and fortune grew, the scars of his past never fully healed. The loneliness that had plagued him as a child remained despite his accomplishments. His desire for approval, though met by millions of fans, could never quite fill the emotional void left by his parents' neglect. The legacy of Simon Cowell. Today, at 65, Simon Cowell is no longer the ruthless judge who made careers with a single comment. His life has been transformed by his near-fatal accidents, the loss of those he loved, and the responsibility of being a father to his son, Eric. Simon's tough exterior has softened, and his priorities have shifted. No longer driven solely by the pursuit of power or validation, Simon has learned the importance of love, family, and living a life with purpose. The invisible boy who craved approval has become a man who cherishes what truly matters. The story of Simon Cowell is one of transformation, a testament to the power of resilience in the face of life's cruelest challenges.